You saw the CGI I was talking about?
Yeah, with the car, yeah.
God damn, that was the worst thing I think I've ever seen in a Marvel trailer.
That was not as cool as I thought it was going to be.
No, it wasn't.
Huh.
So, ladies and gentlemen, those were our initial thoughts of the Black Panther trailer. Now we're going to discuss it for you. I thought I'd try something new and give you the most primal, raw emotions that we could possibly give you. So, Dion, Hillary, Nick, and myself just watched the Black Panther trailer. And, my personal feelings are I'm a little underwhelmed. What do you guys think?
It starts off really well, and then it's kind of just like your standard, like, kind of run-of-the-mill action movie shit going on. And then, yeah, that... Which is weird, because the truck scene reminds me of Civil War, but just, like, lower budget. I was like, why didn't you just do a real car in it? And then... I don't know. I'm kind of disappointed with that trailer.
It didn't give a lot of information out, and not in a good way. You know, some trailers, like, they either show too much and it's ruined, or they show too little and it's ruined. I feel like they showed too little of what the movie actually is. It's like, here's Black Panther. Like, we know it's Black Panther. We saw him. That's how I feel.
I don't know. I think they're... Yeah, go ahead. My bad, Nick. Go ahead.
What's up?
What did you think of the trailer?
I like it. It looks fun.
Dion?
Well, I know there are, a lot of times they'll have a trailer and they don't show enough, and it makes you want to see more. That one, like, the beginning was, like I said, the beginning was cool, but it's like, Michael B. Jordan, and they don't really talk about it. Like, so the dude from Avengers 2 is there. And that's what I was excited. I was like, shit. So he's been the kind of like, oh, only one. No, you're the only one. I'm the only one that survives. Whatever. And then he fights the dudes, and then it's just kind of like, just random like flash scenes of stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like Avengers. So obviously, I'm using Avengers because this is the same universe. The first Avengers trailer, they show Loki because obviously we know that he disappeared at the end of Thor 1. They show Loki. They show destruction in New York. So the scope of something that's happening, and then it's like, then it's Nick Fury saying, you've made me very desperate. So that was, you get pumped up. You're like, something bad's happening, and Nick Fury is showing this level of desperation. Like, I had to do this. With Black Panther, it's like, okay, well, there's this dude, like, okay, so Wakanda's, they're being discovered, the world's changing, that's kind of the theme for these movies at this point. But then it's just like, that's it. So it didn't give me anything to get really pumped about yet.
I just feel deflated. Normally I see a Marvel trailer, I'm like, oh shit, this is gonna be it. And, like, this trailer was so bad compared to the Thor Ragnarok trailer.
Thor Ragnarok was a perfect trailer, though.
Even the newer one they put out, like, I was like, I really want to see a Thor movie, and that's odd.
They need a strong trailer for an unproven film like this.
Yeah. And I mean, this is also the first trailer, so hopefully,
for sure.
Hopefully the other ones will be better, and they'll have a little bit more of the storyline, and it'll really kind of flesh things out for you. I mean, this is just the teaser, so.
Well, the other thing too, the characters that we don't know in the other trailers, right? So when they show someone that we don't know, the characters look interesting. So they showed Jeff Goldblum, but he's got the backdrop to, I guess what is supposed to be Sakaar. That's interesting. The chick, what's her nuts? He goes, hey, and she shoots him with a net, right? So okay, that's interesting. She's working for Jeff Goldblum. That's a huge plot point in a really quick trailer. This one, it's the fucking English dude from The Hobbit that's just there interviewing him, and then he looks, and then Black Panther and his cohort are behind the glass. So it doesn't, without telling us how this dude is there real quick. Well, oh, I see you. He's just laughing. I'm just kind of like, okay, well, that could have been cool, but then it's just so they don't expand on that moment. So in Thor Ragnarok, they expand on, okay, real fast. this chick works for this dude who got Thor, and he's in this arena real fast. Like that's a quick part of the trailer. We understand that that's a plot in the movie. This one, the dude's there, they're talking, and then the world's changing, and then gunfire. And it's like, okay, so I don't know how those two things relate, and that's my problem.
And it is a teaser, but it's made out to be like an actual trailer.
Right.
Which is the problem, because teasers are literally supposed to give you the tiniest piece.
Yeah, and teasers are not 2 minutes long, about 2 minutes long, and that's what this is. And I think a teaser should be at the very most a minute. This is almost 2, so
yeah. And if they're gonna show us like an action scene, don't make it look like shit.
Yeah, don't show the bad action scene. That didn't look good. No.
It looked like the Wonder Woman CGI.
It did. Like it looked like the clay body. It didn't look good.
Well, even the scene of the guys, like, in the dark in the woods, it looks like a fucking soundstage.
Yeah.
Like the trucks and everything, that looks like a goddamn soundstage.
Yeah, and that I could have lived with if that was the only trailer. So if they didn't do the car scene and it was just did it without the interrogation, where it's just like, you have the voiceover of, okay, Wakanda, it isn't a third world country, it's blah 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 blah, it's El Dorado, and then you see dudes with guns and look up in the tree and it's Black Panther and he kicks their ass, and then you just end it there with him like standing up saying, I am Black Panther. That would have been way cooler as a teaser than interrogation, fight scene, jumps over a car like to remind you of Civil War, and then end. It's like, I don't know what all is happening.
And I think the live action Disney movies do the best with teasers. I mean, they're not the best movies.
Well, but... they're teasers of movies we've seen like 15 years ago.
But even then, and I keep referring to the movies in MCU. Avengers 2 is a perfect example of that, I think. The first teaser trailer was, the No Strings on Me thing. It's just James Spader doing No Strings on Me, and it shows, a broken down Ultron breaking another robot, and then it's just quick action scenes real quick. And that in the scene where Captain America jumps over the truck, it looked good in that teaser. In this one, it was like, that's, I think, because they were overemphasizing him turning his body to come back down, and I was like, I don't know about that one.
I'm gonna go out and say this is the worst Marvel teaser trailer ever. I can't think of a shittier. I'm not shitting on Black Panther because he was great in Civil War, but this trailer was so bad. Like if this was someone's first exposure to a Marvel film, I don't think they'd go back and watch any of the other ones. Like based on trailers, like first appearance, like the first Avengers trailer, there was some cool shit. This one.
No, this one is really mixed up, and there's not a lot to go on. Even with just like even with the voice over the background and like all the imagery, I have no idea what's going on. Like at some point they show this advanced city, and then they show like people in outfits and in face paint, like swirling something with sticks. I'm like, this is two different worlds almost. What are you doing? So
and then there's the snow too.
Yeah,
right.
The snow as well. It's like what's going on here?
I think this is just going to essentially be one big commercial for Infinity War.
Yeah.
I hope not. I was hoping they would do it. They would do it like Thor, where it's like it's not the best of the ones before the big movie, but it's good enough to where you're like, okay, you know what's going on, and it's on itself a good movie. And I really hope they don't make it into we're going to jam pack a lot of characters in this movie to get your dick hard for May. And I'm like, oh, please don't do that to Black. I like Black Panther.
I think they are going to do it because I don't think this movie's meant to be like this is their big diversity character that they're putting out on during Black History Month, and they're just gonna be like, oh, we did it, and then it's like, but everyone's excited for the Avengers. This could be the first one where it's like, because how many people were invested in Ulysses S. Claw in Age of Ultron? Not many. You can't even remember his name. You just kept saying the guy from Age of Ultron. You didn't even remember that's Ulysses S. Claw, the guy that got his arm cut off by Ultron by mistake because he knew Tony Stark as a weapons manufacturer. That's how, even you, a guy who's hardcore into these movies, wasn't able to, pull that out. Because why? He's not important to the fucking greater scheme of things. It's like they're picking, small fry now and trying to blow it up and be like, hey, this is so important and relevant. We're going to, base a whole film on this. and this is a character you saw 3
Right.
years ago. It's like, do I want it to be good? Of course I do. I want all movies to be good. I don't want to live through another It Comes at Night. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be a bad film at all. This could be awesome because Chadwick Boseman kicked ass in the Civil War. If anything, he was one of the strongest parts of that movie, especially how he was one of the few characters that have a complete story arc. Iron Man didn't,
Right.
Captain America didn't, but he did. He went from wanting revenge on his dad to valuing human life and seeing that the guy, didn't kill his dad and you gotta, pay for your crimes in jail and stuff. That was cool. To me, he was one of the coolest characters of the film. But maybe he's one of those characters that works good in small doses because the shit around him isn't that interesting. Utopian societies aren't the most interesting to watch on film. Utopian societies, to me at least, are interesting when it seems like it's a utopia, but you see the cost of what the utopia is.
Done the right way. Right.
Yeah. And some characters just don't need their own movies. Unless you can make something interesting, they don't need their own movies.
Yeah, you're right.
Thank you, other Dion. No, man, but I mean, I'm looking back at this trailer as we speak, and it bothers me that I'm not pumped. Seriously, every other Marvel thing got me so jacked up. I'm like, oh my god, fucking Guardians 2, even the trailer looked cool.
I'm going to interject, Jeff. You were not stoked about Spider-Man, but I think that's personal feelings.
That's a Sony movie.
Okay, well, this is also like their second reboot of that character.
Yes.
Yeah, I already know it's coming up with it. Bullshit.
So I mean, like, I'm not excited either. My grandmother, who can't speak English, knows the backstory to Spider-Man. Okay, like everybody knows his backstory. Everybody knows who he is. So it's whatever.
It was, like I said, if it was a strictly Marvel film, I'd be pumped. But there's so many dumb things they're doing. We got a fucking artificial intelligence in his suit. We got not Mary Jane. He's got a best friend in high school that knows his secret identity. There's just so many things that are just wrong.
Yeah.
But, Black Panther, maybe this could be amazing. I don't know. Anything has a propensity to be amazing. I do hate Michael B. Jordan, though, with a passion, so I'm not excited for him.
That's true. Why do you hate him so much, Jeff?
He's a terrible fucking actor, and he's in everything. He's the black
just
guy in
one
everything.
person.
That's fine. I just don't like him. He's not the Human Torch. The thing is, he's got a shitty personality. Like, I haven't seen Creed yet, so I can't judge him on that. But I saw Fruitvale Station, and fuck that movie. And I tried watching Fan Four Stick, and fuck that movie.
That movie
too.
was pretty bad. Fruitvale Station was pretty bad. But I like Michael B. Jordan. The problem I have with him is, again, they just show him walking and he pulls out knives. It's like, but wasn't he just fucking? It's just like a jumble. The ending, the end of the beginning is so cool, and then it's just so much. So then he's being like Michael B. Jordan's walking, and then he's being fucking. He's in cuffs or something, and then he pulls out knives again. It's like, so
He's on the island. He's off the island. Who gives a fuck?
right. So and then with the because I'm watching the trailer again. So with the truck blowing up, I'm assuming that there's a new weapon that they made. I'm guessing, but even so, like, why is that? Like, how if that's what you're trying to show, then show. Like, just cut out some of this jumble bullshit, and then just say, okay, there's a new weapon. But I don't know. It's just I feel like they're trying to throw way too much into this.
I feel like they're trying to put a message behind this movie about this culture, and it's like, Wakanda's supposed to be like super rich and shit. It looks like they're trying to send a message about like the plight in Africa. It's like, come on, Marvel. You made all this money, and now you're trying to, like, hide agenda shit or plug dumb crap in, and you can't even spend time on your CGI. Like, seriously, your movies are spectacle. They're not pieces of social commentary.
Well, if you're going to do social commentary, make it look good. That's, my thing. I mean, you can do social commentary, but it can't look like shit, because the minute it looks like shit, the conversation stops being about damn, okay, well, this movie might be about something deep, and it goes into like, okay, the movie looks like shit, and now what are you going on about? So and it seems like, I don't know. They're throwing. I really hope that they're not throwing way too much shit into this movie. I really do.
I think we got another Iron Man 2 on our hands.
God damn it.
You like Iron Man?
I do like Iron Man 2, but like I said before, I can see why people don't like it because it's so long and drawn out, and Iron Man only shows up 3 times in the movie. So for it to be that's like I said, I like it. I like Iron Man mainly, but like as far as people not liking it, you can't have a 2-hour movie and Iron Man shows up 3 times.
At the end of the day, Dion, you will like this movie because you like Black Panther.
I do. Oh yeah, I definitely think I like it, but I want it to be like how I felt about Iron Man and Avengers because I like Black Panther. I think it's a good story. I think it's a good character, but that trailer has way too much going on in such a short period of time for it to be a teaser.
I think he's more interesting when he's a fish out of water. That's why you don't have Axel Foley in Detroit for most of his movie, because he's more interesting when he's out of his element in Beverly Hills. I think that's why Black Panther worked pretty well in Civil War. He wasn't. Now, here's the question. They show Claw in S.H.I.E.L.D. or whatever they're called now's custody. This is post-Civil War, but Claw had his shit going on during Age of Ultron. I'm starting to get confused on timelines now.
Right. Then they show him starting a gunfight.
So they show him in like security gear and like shooting a gun with a silencer or whatever. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, they put way too much in this trailer. They needed to really make it very concise and tell at least some sort of a narrative and give you some plot of like what's going on.
And then they're fighting in a club and shit. I'm just like, what? I don't know.
Yeah, no.
I tried to watch it without.
They're fighting in the jungle. They're fighting in a club. They're fighting in like Antarctica, and they're fighting in a jungle. They're fighting on some sort of weird platform. Like, what's going on?
Poorly CGI car.
Yeah, it's no. That spaceship is really bugging me now. Like, it looks like crap.
see that part I like. Like I like.
Oh, look at the spaceship again. Dion's watched this trailer. This is what, number 4?
Yeah, I'm trying to like. Well, the beginning is cool. I like the interrogation, and he's talking about El Dorado. The waterfalls don't look that great either, but I don't know, man. I think they just put way too much in this trailer.
They've crammed it with way too much.
So him walking off the Quinjet is cool. Okay, all the people are cool.
Yeah, see, I don't like it. Now that I look at it more. Each time I watch the ship, I like it less and less.
See, the ship I still think looks good.
No, look at it again. Baby, trust me.
I don't trust you. You
Fuck
don't even read comic books, bro. Do you?
I don't even like you, bro.
It's a strong foundation for any marriage.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
See?
Oh.
How many times am I right? Like 90% of the time?
More like 9.
Why? No.
Yeah, I don't know. That shit. I don't know. I don't think it's like glaringly. The ship's not glaringly.
It's just it's every time I see it, it just gets a little worse.
Yeah, and
every time I keep watching this trailer, I like it a little less.
Well,
yeah.
and even then, there's like a really quick shot of like another faction of Wakanda for a second, holding up Michael B. Jordan or something, and it's like, what's this? Like, what? I don't know what's going on.
A teaser is supposed to tease, not put a bunch of bullshit
Not
and cram it into one thing.
Not confuse me to all hell.
Marvel, you finally did it. You put out some shit. In trailer form, at least.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, let's hope it's only in trailer form.
I think general audiences are gonna. I mean, they're gonna see it because it's Marvel, but the movie in February, and I think a lot of people are gonna be pumped for Avengers more than this.
Yeah, but they're gonna see this thinking that it's part of Avengers, and they're gonna have to watch it anyway. So that's what's gonna happen.
When is this?
But we got to also see how Thor's going to do, as well as Spider-Man. Because if those two... I'm not saying if those movies flop, this is a guaranteed flop. But if Marvel releases a bunch of shit in a row, their big payoff movie is not going to get the attention it deserves.
Yeah, That's very true. Spider-Man sucks, and then Thor sucks, and this sucks. It's gonna really hurt the brand.
I don't know if Thor's gonna suck though.
Oh, I hope it doesn't. I'm hoping it's awesome.
It's gonna be really hard to ruin that movie, I think.
Well, like, I mean, I watched the new trailer recently before a movie that I was in theaters to watch, and I actually liked it, and I was looking forward to it. And you know, I'm not a big Thor fan at all, and that made me really want to watch that movie.
No, for sure. Neither Jeff and I are Thor fans, and we're both. You know, I mean, what they've done in the movies is fantastic, and that trailer was. But then again, they set the scene. You know, for the big part of the universe they've created, one of the main visual cues of this is Asgard is the Palace Tower, and they show the Palace Tower. They show Hera grabbing Mjolnir, another cue that it's a Thor movie, and she breaks it, and shit goes crazy, and then he ends up on this other planet, and the background says this is not Asgard, and then he looks different, so you're like, okay, he's not on Asgard anymore, something crazy's happened, and then boom, he's got to fight the Hulk. That's a great trailer. With this one, you don't know if is this all Wakanda, or do they leave Wakanda? You know, Michael B. Jordan's there, he's in custody, but then he's going to fight people. They're showing the dude, Claw from Avengers 2 in custody, and then they blow up the thing to go get him, but then he's in a gunfight in a building, and then they're fighting in a club. It's just, there's a lot going on, and it's just
fighting in the snow.
Then they're in someone's surrounded it in the snow, and it's
they're
like
in a city.
And then they're in the city, and then he jumps over a car on an urban bridge. Like, what is happening? I don't know. I think they put too much. I'm sticking with that. I'm not going to say...
They put way too much. It's not a teaser. It's just a poorly put together trailer.
Yeah.
It's a cum shot. It's way too much.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what we think. So tell us what you think in the comments below of the Black Panther trailer. If you loved it and are surprised to hear us not kiss Marvel's ass for once, surprise, surprise, it just goes to show you we base shit on quality, not on allegiance to a fucking brand. So, that's it for me. You guys have anything else you want to say before we go?
I'm worried.
I'm just waiting on the actual trailer. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I'll wait till like the second or third one drops and really, give it more thought.
A lot of things I don't like in that are the design elements of Wakanda. There's just certain things that aren't going to change from the actual film that I'm like, I don't like how that looks, but whatever. Then again, I'm a very visual guy. If I think aesthetically something sucks, it ruins the whole movie for me. So we'll see in 7 months, 9 months, 8 months, I don't know. February? 8 months from now.
Next year.
Figure out the math. We'll figure out next year when we're all older and wiser and... I don't know. If Spider-Man's garbage, I'll be pumped for this movie. Or they'll be like, hey, it can't get worse than Spider-Man.
Or They Come at Night.
Damn it, we just got over that, Dion. Why? God damn it.
At least we won't have to sit through Robert Downey Jr. in this movie.
You say that now. You say that now, but this is a teaser, so he might be in it.
All right, folks. Goodbye.